Happy New Year, everyone. 2023. We have a new video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to do something a bit different. Normally, if I'm doing a deck profile or an unboxing, you know how they work. I'll unbox them, show you the cards, do a deck profile, show you how I would build the deck and all that. Today, that's exactly what we're doing. We've got Dark World plus the other box. I've got 3 structure decks of Dark World plus a few other cards I've come across to add into it. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to build the Dark World deck and then deck profile, and then we'll just wrap the video up. Something different to start the new year. Guys, if you're new, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. We've hit 40. It doesn't sound much, but share the videos, guys. Get these videos out here. Let's pump this year. I'll be doing deck boxes. I'll be doing Pokemon. I'll be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! I've got my hands on some One Piece and Duel Master cards. I have a lot this year coming up. I've got my hands on a lot of things you're going to be wanting to get on and checking them out. So, let's get straight into this video. So, I'll try to have a muck around with the effects and all that, and slow-mo wouldn't let me play today. So, we have 3 decks, structure decks. Christmas presents, these were, which is good. I don't mind. You know, I'm a little bit excited that we have extra support for Dark Worlds. So, we're going to be playing 2 of our boss monster. I will explain everything once I've finished the video. That way it'll be a little bit easier. We'll be playing... Or no, we want to play 3. Okay. Right beside me are notes that I've written down because I've taken this deck profile off other YouTubers I've seen do. This is probably like the main route of going about this deck. So we want to play 3 of the boss monster. Plus we're going to have a heap of cards left over, which is fine. 3 Rafa. I'm pretty sure I got a better version of that one somewhere. Not 100% sure where. But if I find like other rarities of the cards, I'll throw them in there. That's right, you'll be at the back. And then obviously I've got my sleeves there, which I'll put them in once I finish the video. And then I will go over why and how of the specifics, not Pacific, that's the ocean. 1 silver. So there's a card's already got here ready. That's the dangers. Okay, where are my monsters? Yeah, so we'll do the Dark Worlds first. Is that silver? No, that's silver. 1 silver. 3 snow. So virtually I decided to do a video of me deck building because I see, like I've done a lot of unboxings, couple of deck profiles, but I think it's also good to do, where is he? Sometimes I put, oh, snow's at the back, of course it is. 3 snow, but I think it's good to show people like how to build a deck as well, because then when we do deck profiles, it's like, why would you run 3? Why is it 2? How come you got more cards than you wouldn't? But this is a great way to show people, you know, how to build a deck from structures. Now I've moved my monsters. 3 Genta. I apologise because this video could be a long video by the time I finish building. And then I'll show it off. We're up to 3 Brow. So this, yeah, as I said, this deck profile has pretty much been, like I've watched a few, there it is, few deck profiles on this, and this seems to be the most common route. Obviously you could build it however you like, but I thought I'll build it this way. Is that 3 Brow? 3 Brow. 1, I can't even pronounce this next one. This guy. And this dude. One of him. So that's it for the Dark Worlds. majority of them. Again, guys, you could build this however you like. For the dangers, okay, hang on a second. All right. So we're going to have 2 Danger Mothman. This could be ran at 2, even possibly 1. The only reason why I'm running it as it is 3 Thunderbird is because I'll get to my reasoning in a second. 1 Bigfoot is Danger Nessie. Probably run that at 3, but I don't have 3. It's the reason why I'm running an extra Thunderbird, which is not bad. 1 Agapoto. I don't pronounce that wrong. 1 Jackalope. 1 Snake. 1 Chickacoba. So obviously these four you want to run Motham 1 or 2. Dangerbird, you could drop that to 2, even 1. Nessie, probably 2 or 3. Bigfoot's at 1. The other monster I run is Blackwing. Obviously, it's a bounce card, which is not bad. For the spells, card destruction, which is good because a lot of these cards activate, or not activate, but can activate from the graveyard, which is not bad. 1 Archives. You only really want to run 1. Triple Gate. So this is your field spell. Again, all the way out the back. Okay. Right at the back. And Triple Ascension. And the 1 Puppetry. So that's it for the spells. Look, if I was to be honest, in terms of trap cards, probably 1 Dark World Punishment. And look, honestly, this structure that comes with a couple of nice, like, you got Skill Drain. You could run Skill Drain in there. Deck Devastation Virus could be good. Mind Crush maybe. Probably not so much that one. The Forces of Darkness, you know, if you're playing as a beginner, could be good, because it gives you all the cards you would want in there. As for the extra deck, I haven't got that far with that. Obviously you want to run the 2 fusion boss monsters. 1 Bazooka. And there's a lot of other good level 8 monsters you can play in it, given that you're playing level 8 monsters. Like, you have your level 8 Xyz cards in here, which ultimately you could get to your Zeus, Appaloozo, Transco Torcar. I'm yet to find the right cards and have the cards for it, but I will now sleeve my cards and then go over the deck for you. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Dark World. This deck profile that I've put together, and honestly, I don't know how they work either. So we are going to be going through them together. So obviously we are running 3 of our boss monster. So if you don't know how this card works, like I don't, You can special summon this card from your graveyard by returning one level 7 or lower Dark World monster you control to your hand. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, you either add one level 5 or higher Dark World monster from your deck to your hand, except for itself. If this card was discarded from your hand to graveyard by opponent's card effect, special summon one level 4 or lower Dark World monster from your deck or graveyard, which is pretty good. I like that. I like how you can special summon this from the graveyard. Not only that, it has nice effects. Like, you can get the special summon and send cards. Right, like I was saying, a lot of these cards activate from the graveyard, which is pretty cool. Next, we are playing 3 Genta. And again, we are going to read what it does. You can special summon, you can only special summon this card once per turn. You can discard this card from the graveyard, add 1 Gates of the Dark World from your deck to your hand. If this card was banished and you control Dark World, you can special summon this card. So essentially this card gets to search your field spell card, and you get to special summon it if it's been banished, which is cool. Next we are playing 3 Brow. So what this card does, if this card was discarded to the graveyard by card effect, draw 1 card. Or if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, draw 2 cards. So it's essentially a drawing card if it's discarded, which is pretty cool. Next we are playing 3 Rapfa. So what this card does is you can special summon this card from the graveyard by returning 1 Dark World monster you control to the hand except itself. If this card was discarded to the graveyard by card effect, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Then if this card was discarded from your hand to the graveyard or by opponent's card effect, look at 1 random card your opponent's hand, and if it's a monster, you get to special summon it to the field. To the field or your field? To your field. So you can special summon your opponent's monster to your field, which is nice. Next we're playing Triple Snow. If this card is discarded, I'm going to say sent. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, you target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard and 1 Dark World card from your deck to your hand and special summon that target from any. That doesn't make sense. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard, add 1 Dark World card from your deck to your hand, then special summon that target if any in defense. Oh, okay, so you get to special summon your opponent. So you're targeting your opponent's monsters as well, which is interesting. 1 Beige, so if this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card. Again, all these essentially have graveyard effects. 1 Cyril, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card to your opponent's side of the field in defense, and if this card is special summoned by effect of the Dark World, your opponent discards 1 card. You're essentially giving your opponent 1 card. Look, guys, I am struggling a little bit through these because I don't know what they do, so I'm learning as well as you guys are learning. And 1 Silver. If this card was discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card. Then, if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard, an opponent's card effect, your opponent places exactly 2 cards from their hand of the bottom of their deck in any order, which is like a clearing sort of card, which is nice. Like I said, guys, all these have graveyard effects more or less, which is pretty cool. Next, we go into our danger. So we're playing 3 Thunderbird. I'm only playing 3 because I only have 1 Nessie, otherwise I'd probably drop this to about 1 or 2. And what these danger cards does, it all have similar effects. So you can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. Then if it was a danger card, if it was not a danger card, special summon 1 Danger Thunderbird from your hand. If you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, target 1 set card your opponent controls. So essentially, if they're targeted, you get the special summon Motham, similar effect, Chewbacca, Ogle Pogle, Jackalope, I'm going to call it Snakey, Nessie, and Bigfoot. They all have similar effects to all my danger cards, to be honest. I mean Dark World cards, to be honest. essentially you get to reveal it, and then your opponent, if it's chosen, you either special summon or use the following effect that it has, whether it pops cards or get the special summon. And final monster is Blackwing. Essentially it's like a compulsory, which is pretty good. For our spells, we've got Dark World Ascension. So what this card does is during main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from your field or graveyard. If fusion summoned a Dark World monster this way, you can also discard monsters as material during the main phase. If this card is sent to a graveyard, you can add this card to your hand, then discard one Dark World monster, and you're going to use its effects once per turn. So you get the fusion summon off your boss monster using it, which is pretty good. Next we play Gates of the Dark World. This is a card you want to have 3 of. So all Fiend monsters gain 300 attack and defense, and once per turn you can banish one Fiend monster from your graveyard, discard one Fiend monster, then draw one. So you get to banish, discard, then draw, and obviously you're going to get your monsters' effects, and then they'll activate once they get popped. 1 Archives. So what this card does is during main phase, discard one Dark World monster, and if you do, Dark World monsters you currently control gain attack equal to the level of the discarded monster had in its hand. Okay, times 100 until the end of the phase. Yep. If a monster whose original level type is Fiend is discarded from your hand by a card effect of Dark World, or your bonus card effect, except during damage step, you can discard 1 card, then draw 2 cards. So a lot of these are about drawing as well and discarding. Obviously, by discarding monsters, getting all their effects off, which is handy. Dark World Puppetry. So target up to 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them, then discard 1 Fiend monster. During main phase, except the turn this card was sent to a graveyard, banish this card from the graveyard, target 1 of your banished Fiend monsters, add it to your hand, which is good. Personally, I probably could run 2, but we'll see what happens. Card Destruction, self-explanatory. Discard your hand and draw the same number of cards that you discarded. And finally, we'll play the 1 trap, Dark World Punishment. When a monster would be normal or special summoned, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then discard 1 Fiend monster. If this Dark World monster you control will be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So you can pretty much stop your opponent from normal and special summoning, and it's a good protector of your Dark World monsters. Now, for the extra deck, I haven't got far with that, but obviously you want to play 2 of the new fusion monster, the 1 Babuska. Very self-explanatory on those ones. Obviously there's a lot of other link cards you can play, Xyz, like level 8 Xyz monsters to play in here, which will go really well with this deck. Yeah, that's it for the deck, guys. So that's it for today's video. I did struggle a little bit going through that deck with you guys. I do apologize for that. I haven't dealt with Dark Worlds myself either, so that's my first time going through them. I hope you guys have learnt how to put a deck together. What else? About building a deck as well, which is really, really good. What else is there? It's something different I haven't done, obviously, which is something different I like to show people on what you can do and how to build as well. But that is it for today on that video. I also have coming up maybe another unboxing or another structure deck, or maybe an unboxing of Pokemon. I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is I've got some stuff coming up that you guys should be excited for. Make sure you share these videos, make sure you give them a like, tell people about it. Let's get those subs up. Let's go. Let's like smash it out. Let's do it. Until next time, guys, this is Jados. Thank you so much for watching.